SpongeBob SquarePants is a lie. At least that's what Troy Walker wants you to buy. For all 5 of you who don't know, Troy Walker is a self-proclaimed cartoonist and toy inventor based out of California whose work spans over 30 years. And according to a lawsuit against Viacom in 2007, Stephen Hillenburg shamelessly ripped off Walker's character Bob Spongee the Unemployed Sponge, who had debuted 7 years before SpongeBob in the form of a comic strip and a novelty doll, which he sold together as a wacky fad on the mean streets of San Francisco. As such, Walker demanded a whopping $1 billion, to which the judge promptly responded, mainly because A, Bob Spongee wasn't a definable enough character to rip anything off from, and B, SpongeBob's origins could be traced as far back as 1984, well before Bob Spongee was a thing. And if you want to learn more, Troy's even got not 1, but 2 whole books dedicated to the case. I'd love to read them if his website were up and running. And why does he speak in first person but randomly switches to third person? This guy wrote 2 whole books! Anyways, to go back to the Bob Spongee doll. I need it! And if I'm lucky, some of Mr. Walker's talent will rub off on me. I'll get myself some Google Eyes and a kitchen sponge, of course. Troy sold yellow, pink, and blue Bob Spongees, but I'm gonna go with yellow. So I'll firmly grasp it in my hand and glue on his Google Eyes. And unlike Troy, I'm not gonna be sloppy and leave behind glue stains, even if it means sacrificing having an exact replica. Because I don't have a magic pencil, I'm gonna be using a Sharpie to doodle on his eyebrows, his nose, easy does it, it's all in the technique, and his mouth. And now, a word from our sponsor. And behold the fruits of my struggle, my very own Bob Spongee novelty doll.
It's beautiful!
Now we can go on all kinds of wacky adventures SpongeBob could only dream of, like...
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Oh, I know. Time to read aloud from the Bob Spongee comic. There's bound to be some inspiration and excitement there. Mr. Bob Spongee lives here on Apple Street. This is Mr. Spongee's wife, Linda Spongee, and their kid, Bubbles. Mr. Spongee used to work at the local soap factory. One day, he was told by his foreman that he was laid off.
That's it?
Wow. And we all mocked the Far Side. Never mind that there was no story. Was there even a joke? Dude exists, gets fired, and this isn't an excerpt or anything. No, them's the comic. The prospect of this lopsided napkin scribbling being sold alongside an ink-stained kitchen sponge for money is amazing. Who Bob What Pants can sit down?
I got diarrhea.
Surely these were hot sellers. Surely peasants from all across the globe flew to California just to get their grubby little hands on a genuine made-in-America Bob Spongee doll. Furbies? Nah. Elmo? Maybe next time. Freaking Pokemon? Don't call us, we'll call you. Bob Spongee was the fad from the early to mid-90s that caught the world by storm, and don't you forget it. In fact, I was feeling so inspired by the magic and wonder of Bob Spongee, I ended up making a blue one. But wielding this much power at once is too dangerous for mere mortals, so I did the right thing and donated him. Have fun, whoever finds him next. I hope you utilize your newfound purpose in life wisely. These unequivocally could have kept Troy's lights on for 100 years if that meddling Stephen Hillenburg hadn't stolen this miracle. Lord only knows what Troy charged for this hoopla.
How tacky! It's a $40 value, Potty! A $40 value!
We laugh, but seriously, you have to admire the hustle a little because... Jesus! I know I'm one to celebrate indie artists and creativity and all, and I can tell you firsthand, trying to make it as an artist is hard. But how can anyone look at this and not react with... This sounds like something out of Ed, Edd and Eddy, but at least they acknowledged how chintzy their handiwork was. Bob Spongee is a good prototype. Whoa, yeah, something any schmo can buy from a 99-cent store that says nothing, does nothing. What a treat. Well, unlike Troy's masterpiece, I'm gonna jazz mine up a little by adding a magnet on the back. Because magnets are fun. There. Well, I think I'm calling it a night. There's only so much brilliance I can take in one day. Join me next time when I'll be making... Oh, Hey, what the? Where did he?
Gay fish, yo. Motherfucking gay fish. I'm a fish, yo. Going on a gay fish. Now where I belong, girl. Making love to other gay fish. Gay fish. Gay fish.
Ooh, ice cream.